have picked vineyards from the driveway all the way over are all Vidal with a section of Riesling in the corner. But these 4 rows are what I call my grapes. We leave them on for media, for film crews, for the Icewine Festival, all of that. So we're pleased to be able to share that. So come on into the vineyard. When you're take your pictures, but when you're ready, come on in. Actually, can one of the ladies, Kristen, maybe bring me that basket over and I'll top it up? So these are all Vidal grapes here. So Vidal is the only hybrid within the making of ice wine that we use. Everything else is a vinifera.
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay.
Start right here?
Oh, actually, we'll just start right under here. Okay. So the reason that Karl Kaiser in the beginning chose Vidal was because of the makeup of the grape. It's an aromatic grape, but in a minute when you taste one, you'll see something. I don't want to tell you because you should discover this for yourself, but the grape, it had a certain structure and elements that Karl thought were great for ice wine. So the nets that you see here go on at the end of October, and the whole point is, if you think about in between the rows where we're standing, there's all kinds of grass. The birds will eat the seeds of the grass until the first heavy frost or the first snow. So if we get a fluke snowstorm in the beginning of November, the birds will literally go after the grapes because they can't get their seeds. So we put the nets on in October. People kind of think it's early, but there is the rationale. And they would be tightened only with these caps for about every 10 feet because you still want the leaves to drop out. So once the last heavy frost is gone and all the leaves are gone, we would go back through and tighten them up so that nothing can fall out. And when you see the video downstairs, or even here, you can see, actually these ones haven't fallen as much. Usually there's more in the bottom of the net, about 50%. But we do pick some by hand, but we do mechanical harvesting for most. You can see the easy part is that if you pull the net and rip the net, it falls into your basket. So when I used to pick with the crew that we had here, it was lots of fun, so it just kind of fell. You don't need snippers because the stem is so brittle that it simply just snaps in your hands. So what I'm going to have you do, I'm just going to pass that around if you want to try a grape. And there's something here. Here, I'm going to throw you one, Kristen. It's not quite -8 overnight, so it's not completely frozen. So we would not have picked last night, but you'll be able to taste the ice in it. Okay? And then I think you'll be able to pick up the component of why Karl Kaiser chose this particular grape variety for ice wine. Okay? So you get a bit of a raisiny flavor. If everyone's got one, I'll just toss those back in the... Thanks. Did you see how thick the skin is? Okay. So these grapes, if you look at them, and we were talking about this last night, there's a little bit of dehydration, okay, but quite frankly, they're in good shape for grapes in January, okay? There are pits and everything, but that thick skin will keep these healthy. Well, we picked as early as December 2nd and as late as March the 5th. By March the 5th, they were pretty dehydrated, but we still got a bit out of them. The longer they stay on, the more difficulty after January that you have, okay? So it's that the amount of juice that you would get, but obviously the concentration is high. I can't believe he's doing never fails, never fails. Usually 5 fighter planes go over from the States or something, you know.
So what you're saying is the later the pick, the more concentrated the sugar, so the sweeter the wine?
Yes,
Okay.
but you don't want it to go too sweet. There's
Right.
a point
You don't want
that,
to press raisins, okay.
That's right. So Bruce will address that, where it's what they call the sweet spot, that you get the right sugar level at a certain temperature.